Black Ops 6 Zombies is still a little while away, and we have just gotten the gameplay reveal of Terminus, of course. But despite us being a little while away, we already have information on how the DLC is going to look within this game. So I just so happened to post a video the other day talking about the DLC in this game. However, I actually recorded that video before the teasers leading up to the Terminus gameplay reveal even began. The video was ready to go literally the day the first teaser released. However, because the teasers kept coming out, I just didn't have any room to slot in that video, so unfortunately it got pushed back. In the description and a pinned comment I did explain this, but for those who missed it and are confused, that is what happened there. So this is basically a follow-up video to that video because we have more information on how the DLC is going to look within Black Ops 6 Zombies. First of all, Drake actually confirms that yes, all of the DLC in this game is just going to be focusing on round-based. We won't be seeing Outbreak or anything like that. Now, it's still very well possible that we will probably be getting side modes. I don't think this rules out anything like Onslaught or anything like that because they're not considered full-on experiences. Of course, with Cold War Zombies, because they were doing round-based and Outbreak simultaneously, it meant that we got less round-based maps than we are used to, and we literally only had 3 in its DLC cycle. Outbreak essentially acted as DLC 2. So this is great news that we're just going to be seeing round-based content this year. However, because it has been such a long wait for good round-based content, I know we saw a little bit of round-based in Vanguard Zombies, but it wasn't that substantial. It's basically been a 4-year gap. A lot of us in the community have been saying, well, what if they have more plans than we are used to, such as literally a round-based zombies map every single season, which I know is wishful thinking, but with this long development cycle, it surely could be an option on the table. So we would see 6 in its DLC in total, meaning 8 round-based maps in total, which is the exact same amount of round-based content that we had in Black Ops 4 Zombies. It's just that they released with 4 maps, but if they spaced them out in its DLC, it would have had 6 in its DLC. So I don't think this is so far of a reach, so it's completely out of question. However, according to the leaker, Alex, there's apparently only going to be 4 round-based zombies maps. Now, this is a leak, of course, it's subject to change, it's subject to misinformation or misinterpretation, so take this with a grain of salt like always. We don't know if this is in fact genuine. But what do you think of this? This is basically the amount of round-based content we have always come to expect, and is the same amount of round-based content as a load of past games. I do think it is a little bit little just considering the wait though, especially when we look back at what past games have served, especially because this game probably won't have Dead Ops Arcade, since that'll probably be coming next year instead. Personally, I don't think this is the worst thing in the world if the DLC as well as the launch maps are all really solid and unique experiences. It's better to have good quality content, and all of the maps have a lot of depth because apparently Terminus is going to have more side quests than any zombies map ever released. So if all of the maps are of that same caliber, then I don't have an issue with this at all. But I still do think that we probably deserve 6 round-based maps just because of that long wait. Now, Trek have also came out and announced that all of the zombies maps are going to be brand new and will not be reusing campaign locations like we saw in Cold War Zombies, such as Mauer Toten and Forsaken being pretty much entirely stripped from the campaign, although Firebase C's spawn room was taken from the campaign. That was just a small section. People were saying it was making these maps feel less unique. The thing is, I never really had too big of an issue with this because since Zombies' inception, literally Nagda Totem was taken from the campaign and Airfield in multiplayer in World at War. Again, with Ascension, that was taken from multiplayer, and so many other original Zombies maps similarly were inspired off of campaign or multiplayer levels. I never really had too big of an issue with this. My biggest issue was, is the map good? If a map is taken from the campaign but it's an amazing map, who cares? I think the problem people had, and in particular Outbreak and Cold War Zombies, was the atmosphere being so similar to multiplayer, and I think that's what Treyarch are trying to differentiate now. But I'm excited that we're going to purely unique locations, although I guess this isn't exactly true. We do know that Terminus is very loosely based on Battery from World at War, but that map came out ages ago and the map is very similar. It's not a remake or a one-to-one remake by any means. There's some inspiration, but it's by all means an original map. And with Liberty Falls, we similarly have a Liberty Falls multiplayer map as well, set by the mall, but seemingly that section is a section we don't actually explore in the Zombies version. Of course, it's a big town, however, they're still using a lot of similar aesthetics and assets, so it's still thematically very, very similar. So I wonder if it's going to be similar in the DLC as well, where they might not be taken directly from the campaign, but they might still be set in and around locations in the campaign, campaign or in multiplayer in a similar way to Liberty Falls. Now that doesn't mean they're just remakes or reused assets, but yeah, according to Treyarch, they heard the criticism of Black Ops Cold War Zombies reusing assets, but again, I've never really had an issue with this. My issue is purely, is the map good? That's really all it boils down to. I think a map can reuse assets and still be a phenomenal experience. I do think there is a question to be had though about, you know, directly porting campaign missions and reworking them into zombies. I think with Forsaken in particular, I think the map was held back because it was so similar to the campaign experience and they just had portals sort of connecting the sections together, which made the flow of the map feel extremely weird. And if the map was built from the ground up, maybe that issue wouldn't have been so prevalent. Now the next thing is regarding Outbreak. So like I mentioned before, they're just focusing on round-based this year. And in my prior video talking about what the DLC and the launch is going to look like, I said, again, I don't think Outbreak's going to return this year. I think they are saving it for Call of Duty 2025, because if you guys are unaware, which I'm sure you probably are aware, apparently we're getting 2 Black Ops games in a row, similar to how we've just had 2 Modern Warfare games in a row, with 2024 and 2025 back to back. So we're getting Black Ops 7 next year, which is apparently going to be some sort of Black Ops 2 sequel around 2030. Now, according to rumors, this is going to be featuring round-based as well. But it's not just going to be round-based, it's going to be like Cold War Zombies, where we get round-based and Outbreak. So Open World Zombies is returning, and it's going to be played on a new Warzone map called Avalon, which was apparently originally planned to be in this year, Black Ops 6, but it got pushed back to next year. Instead, we're getting Verdansk sometime post-launch for Warzone. So lots of multiplayer maps in the game are taking place on this new Warzone as well as Outbreak map. And I'm really excited for Outbreak to return. Like I said, I speculated this was going to be the case, and now it's leaked out to actually be the case literally right after I posted that video. And I think this is why we're probably only getting 4 round-based maps in the post-launch of Black Ops 6 Zombies. Because apparently we're getting round-based and Outbreak next year, it's just so much for Treyarch to be working on. Now, according to rumors, there's not even an assigned developer for Black Ops 7. It'll most likely be Treyarch and Ravensoft working on it together though, with other studios such as Sledgehammer helping, but Treyarch will still be doing a lot of the stuff, especially for zombies and the narrative especially. So I'd imagine that's why we're probably not getting 6 maps, because that's just probably too much when we're getting round-based next year as well. And I'm excited to see Outbreak back. I wonder if both are going to be available at launch. Are we going to get Avalon and round-based both at launch, or are we going to have to wait like Cold War Zombies until a couple months after launch or something like that until we get Outbreak? And I'm so excited to play on Avalon because it does look so similar to the original Black Ops map and the cancelled Euro Mountains map. I'm so hyped to experience Outbreak because Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, being an extraction shooter, isn't the open world zombies experience for me. I want an endless sandbox survival mode that I don't have to be concerned about timer, I don't have to be concerned about bringing things into future games. So if they can build on the systems they've implemented in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, such as the map feeling a lot more alive and dynamic with lots more zombies on the map, lots more things filling up the world, implement that on a bigger scale without a 60-minute time limit, that's going to be amazing, and that's what we're apparently getting in COD 2025. So this is all going to tie in storyline-wise. I wonder if the story will continue as well in Black Ops 7 Zombies, directly on from where we left in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies or Black Ops 6 Zombies. Is it going to be similarly taking place around 2030 in the near future, similar to the campaign, or will the time eras be different? I'd imagine it's going to be after Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and there's going to be a bit of a time jump between BO6 and then. Now, regarding what DLC maps we're actually going to be getting in Black Ops 6 Zombies, of course, in my last video I speculated about the potential of Atlantis, because there's been various teasers in Cold War and Vanguard Zombies, although I think that's unlikely, but considering they're building unique locations, that would be the best location to go in my opinion. And it's been something the community's been asking for ever since even World at War. In fact, there was even teasers all the way back in World at War back in the day. It's been a meme in the community for so long. Another thing I thought about is potentially Paris or Washington DC, and of course all of the teasers regarding Black Ops 6 Zombies have pointed more towards Washington DC, and I'd imagine since Project Janus is being orchestrated by Richtofen, who's a high-up official in government, and all of the shareholders in Janus probably operate from Washington DC, in the capital, in the Pentagon, etc., it really makes sense for that to be a zombies map. Another potential is we've had teasers about a potential Berlin zombies map, because the security guard on Terminus who interrogated Requiem on Terminus apparently previously worked in a hospital / prison in Berlin in Germany as well, and it was his expertise there is why he was hired. Now, we don't know if he is the guard who died in the intro cutscene. Maybe that was just a guard and not earned stuffer. In my breakdown, I incorrectly stated that this is definitely earned stuffer, but I should have said it could be earned stuffer because we don't know for sure. But if it is indeed a separate character, then I could definitely see us getting that Berlin map as well. Although it's set in a prison similarly, it's actually a real life prison, a real life location. So it would be weird to get two prison maps that are very similar to each other in this game, but I guess that's a potential DLC map too. Specifically earned stuffer was the interrogator in the Berlin Hohenschönhausen Memorial or Stasi prison, which I butchered that German there, I do apologize. So that's everything we know about the DLC for Black Ops 6 Zombies. All round-based content. We're apparently getting 4 maps in the DLC. They're all brand new, not reusing campaign levels, and we've had a few teasers about possible locations, but that's pretty much it. So I will update you if we learn anything new. There's lots to cover this week. Lots of content will be here on the channel. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Black Ops 6 Zombies news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.